Edgar is the solo mode bully. Otherwise, Edgar is almost useless. Edgar, Edgar, Edgar. What am I gonna do with you? The one time he was actually viable because he got a hypercharge was followed by a swift and hefty nerf. I don't blame Adrian and the balancing teams because we definitely don't want Mr. No Skill himself at the top of tier list. Edgar's super and Edgar's hypercharge charge over time, which encourages players to sit in a bush. Once their hypercharge is ready, they engage an opponent with a high chance of winning. This just seems like boring gameplay that rewards players for camping. This seems exaggerated in Trophy Escape where you can camp, then jump on someone trying to escape, stealing their 15 trophies. Edgar isn't viable for that many game modes, and a lot of noobs play him because you can auto-aim. You can see here Edgar destroys the bots and the boxes, making another reason why you should play him in solo modes. Edgar gets a lot of hate on Twitter and other social media. Everybody calls him the no-skill brawler, and obviously that's because you generally just auto-aim with him and you just kind of run at people, and if you get close enough you can usually beat them unless they're super tanky or something. Edgar is also known as the toxic brawler. Not a couple very good reputations for him, and that's because Edgar players are always thumbing down, and because he's a no-skill brawler like I mentioned earlier, it just is even more toxic when someone kills you with a no-skill brawler and then starts to disrespect you with that thumbs down. It's really quite the combo. Look at that perfect jump right over the Primo though. In terms of Edgar in competitive like ranked or the actual Brawl Stars championship, there seems to be one of two things that happen and neither are great. The first one is they give him some buff, or when he got his hypercharge, he becomes very good, very viable, and becomes too strong and is almost always picked or banned and just becomes a general monster. Then there's the other way where they nerf him, but it's very hard to get him balanced, so the nerf actually makes him essentially bad, and so he goes to the bottom of competitive tier list, but he's still very good in the solo modes and still somewhat dominates those. So how do we actually fix him so that he is viable in ranked and competitive and he is good in solo modes but not so destructive? I think if we were to rework Edgar, there are a couple options. Option one would be to extend his range just a little and lower his damage so that he can get to people and hit them easier, but he won't kill them as fast. But he is an assassin, so the fast kill time is part of his whole thing. But I think that this could definitely be good. It would help him land those hits, but he wouldn't do so much damage. So it's not like if you're whatever, a Jesse in solo showdown or something, and if an Edgar jumps on your face, you're just exploded and you have no chance. You wouldn't die as quick, and maybe you could outplay with movement or something. But I think that's a good option one. Option two, which is kind of the opposite, would be to raise his HP and lower his damage. So once again, still a lower time to kill, but with that more HP, it would be easier to get to people, because if you're dodging shots, you can take a little more damage and then jump on them or what have you. Now, if I were to give you a third option, that's the meme option, I would increase his damage, probably double it, and then I would cut his HP in half so that he is an extreme glass cannon and can get one shot by a bunch of snipers, but will also one shot all those same snipers. So it's really flipping a coin at that point. So Edgar is no skill, he's Mr. Toxic. He was at the top of tier lists, everybody hated, he got nerfed, which makes sense, but now you can see his use rate and ban rate in the Brawl Stars Championship is next to nothing. He is very rarely used. I would like to see him get balanced or reworked or something so that he's not at the top of the tier list and he's not at the bottom of the tier list. But there's that new Brawl Talk tomorrow about mutations. We'll see what that brings. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really do appreciate it. I'm hoping big things are to come. I'm still trying to set up merch, but it's going slowly. There's a bunch of setbacks. But anyways, I'm getting so off track. I love you guys so much. I really appreciate all the love and support, no matter where it is on any social media. Comment down below how you would balance or rework Edgar, the toxic boy.